Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the NXT Ring Report. NXT, we're gearing up for Deadline coming your way this weekend. As we get Deadline started, a lot of the matches that's going to be headline Deadline, including the men's Iron Survival as well as the women's Iron Survival match. But tonight, we might get a preview of what happened last week. Last week when Jelon Evans, Joe Henry, Leon Slate, and Miles Bourne got set across the table from Darkstate, and it's Leon Lennox. What's going to happen in their huge 8-man tag team match? We'll get to it coming up. And we got some big news on Hot Topics, Wrestling Hot Topics. TNA is coming to AMC. TNA finally land a TV deal. Congratulations to TNA. We'll talk about it on Wrestling Hot Topics. Let's get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Presents the NXT Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us here for the NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Tonight, NXT was gearing you up for the men's Iron Survival, women's Iron Survival matches that's coming your way. And don't forget, we'll have Pro Wrestling Show presents the predicted outcome for the for Deadline coming up this Saturday. We'll have prediction of the predicted outcome special before Deadline, and we'll have immediately following Deadline, we'll have the recap show, and we'll look for that on Peacock as well. A lot of Iron Survival matches. Not waste no time whatsoever. Let's go and get things started with this. For the women had their summit meeting, whatever you want to name it, whatever you want to call it. They was out there along with General Manager Ava to give a take on what they're going to do and who's going to win the Iron Survival. Well, you see, compared to Kendall Gray, the Evolved Women's Champion, Lola Grace, the heavy favorite, Sola Roca could be a favorite, as well as Keani Jordan could be a favorite. Jordan Grace, all these women could be favorites heading to the women's Iron Survival matches. And like I said, Iron Survival was that, and it did, as you saw right here. But we'll get that a little bit later. But the women making a statement, and you see the face women were ready for the heel women. And like I said, Iron Survival is coming your way. We're gonna have, don't forget, we'll have full coverage of Predict the Outcome this weekend before Deadline, and like we said, we'll have the recap show as well. So a lot of moving parts in this, and these women want to win the Iron Survival matches, and who can blame them? Someone wants to go. Even to the point that Sola Roca was in action. She took down what's her name? The Speed Champion. Fallon Henry took her down. Sola Roca earned the prize that she wants to be the women's Iron Survival. And like I said, the women's Iron Survival is that these 5 gorgeous women will be competing for an opportunity for the number 1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship coming up at New Year's Eve. So which one of these women will gravitate and get that opportunity to become the women's Iron Survival match? We'll see coming forward. All right, like we said, the women's Iron Survival match. We'll look forward to seeing that as well. Also, too, Tavion Heights was in action. He took on Josh Briggs. Tavion Heights was trying to get an upper advantage, but it wasn't enough against Josh Briggs. Josh Briggs finding a way to win over Tavion Heights, doing some more destruction. Tavion didn't win. It's like Tavion Heights comes a little bit close and doesn't succeed, and hopefully Tavion Heights will get his moment and shine, get his opportunity down the road again, a rubber match, or who knows what that may be, but we'll keep a close eye on it. We're looking forward to seeing that. As well as Ava made the announcement tonight. The general manager made the announcement that the guys that will be participating, the four faces, Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Miles Bourne, and Joe Henry, like two TNA guys and two NXT guys, will get an opportunity against Darkstate. But here's a added advantage: whoever wins the match will get decide what spot do they want to be in. So it's a lot going on, a lot of things heating up. As we tell you, Iron Survival. We'll tell you a little bit later on in the match, coming up a little bit later. Speaking of that, it looks like Toxic Attraction holding some belts, but the other girl ain't holding no belt. But hey, she looking at it like, hey, I gotta do what I got to do to win, but she has to do what she got to do to win. But like we said, we see that and we saw that as well. So we saw that Toxic Attraction. Well, it looks like Tia Hill may be getting the rub off of Joe Henry. Tia Hill and Joe Henry getting the rub, and I can tell you that about Joe Henry supporting Tia Hill in her goal, her quest to win. Tia Hill won her match tonight. Got who Tia Hill went against. She won. Tia Hill winning tonight. Well, speaking of Dark State, Leon did it. Dion Leon, who was the nerdy cat, now he wants to be. He's the leader of the group. Gave his belt away, saying that he wants to focus on singles goal. He might not want to do that right quick because he wants to make sure. I think they're going to have some plans for Dion Lennox, and perhaps he become the next contender for the championship. So we'll see. He'll probably be a future champion down the road. I can see him there, a future AEW champion. He even got confronted by Femi. He said Femi had wrote him off, and Femi didn't believe him, but he said John Cena did. John Cena put him in the spot that he in. So John Cena getting himself together as well. Like we said, we saw right here that situation as well. Well, like we said, we saw Ariana Grace. Looks like she tapped out from Tia Hill. And don't be surprised, like I said, down the road if Joe Henry and Tia Hill start a showmance or something. You never know. So hey. Well, Over the Mill was confronted Chase University and let Andrew Chase know that hey, they ain't playing. Over the Mill was in action against the Chase boys pupils and beat them up in an instant. Chase boys pupils didn't really have a chance whatsoever tonight, and Over the Mill getting themselves over to what they need to do, as we saw. Well, it looked like Javon Evans and Rikki Sainz having a little laugh. Javon was talking about Mark Henry, talking about he won't be NXT champion. Mark Henry don't know. Mark Henry needs to mind his own business. Worry about what he got going on. But Mark Henry is that. Trying to keep up with everybody and trying to make things worse. But, I guess the NXT Anonymous is like a Twitter hack or something, trying to follow what they doing. Stuff. Well, stupid of that. Izzy Dane. She said she's going to explain her actions, and she did tonight. Explain her actions on why she turned her back on Tatum Paxton. She said that Tatum wasn't strong enough. She was trying to look out for Tatum, and Tatum wasn't wise enough. Well, Tatum Paxton had a little bit things different, saying that she's going to cure her pain against her one way or another and do what she got to do. And I think Izzy Dame's going to rule the day that she did what she did to Tatum Paxley, and Tatum Paxley's gonna take all that anger, that frustration, you name it. She's gonna take it all off on her and leave her out. I can tell you that right now. Tatum Paxley, like I said, isn't they gonna wish she didn't mess with Tatum Paxley? I'm telling you right now. But hey, well, we see this thing right here. We don't know what this is, but April has something going on with that. So hey. We see Shallow Hill. He looks like a hacker, but just creepy about it. It's really creepy, and I mean creepy to the T. And like I said, Shallow Hill was talking about the Undertaker was his coach on LFG, and the Undertaker looked for him to do. But it's kind of to me like Shallow Hill is gonna be really manic and crazy, all that and buzz. I can tell you that right now. But the general manager Ava decided to give Ethan Page. Ethan Page about to leave out, and Ava told him, "Hey, you don't know who your match gonna be, and you know what? Well, he really showed tonight that he's going against Mr. Laguana, and Mr. Laguana and Tatum and Ethan Page will be going against each other coming up. So you'll see that match as well. So it's gonna be really hell because going with the North American Championship. I can tell you that right now. It's gonna be crazy. Get a crazy win and crazy victory. Well, we get to the main event. We told you that Ethan Joe Henry, Levon Evans, Miles Bourne, and Leon Slater were ready for Darkstate. This was a match that we said I knew it was gonna be an 8-man tag, and it came to be fruition. And it did tonight. Well, the fruition came true. We know Darkstate wanted to win for Dion Leon to see if Dion was going to win, and gave up his tag team championship to one of his buddies, Shaquan. But what went down tonight? Miles Bourne gets the victory. Miles Bourne will decide what slot he wants to choose. Miles Bourne picked one of the men, and now Miles Bourne will get that opportunity of what he's been looking for. So Miles Bourne could be going for the last spot, and perhaps win this Iron Survivor and become the new number one contender for the title into New Year's Eve. So we'll keep out. You can tell Javon and Leon didn't see that coming, but hey, gotta always be prepared, always an instant. Also, too, Ava had a sit down meeting with the men that's going to be in the NXT Championship match, Rikki Sainz versus Oba Femi. Ava had the contract signing made it official, but Ava made the announcement that they're going to kick off New Year's Eve for the NXT Championship. So my assumption is that the men's Iron Survival match will be the main event. Surprised that the championship match is not the main event, but the championship match wants to be first. But that what happens in matches. So looking forward to seeing that. And this will be the first topic during the predict the outcome that we will talk about and discuss, since the championship match will be first. I'm looking forward to seeing that. All right. That's going to end the NXT ring report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's go to Wrestling Hot Topic. Real big hold on, folks. All right, we're back. Sorry, folks, for the technical difficulties, but we're gonna get to Wrestling Hot Topics. We'll talk about before we leave out about the NXT Deadline, predict the outcome, as well as the review a little bit later. But this is some big news right here that we want to share right here. TNA finally landed a deal. TNA will become the AMC on Thursday, January 15th, 2026 at 8 p.m. Central. So Impact making that leap, and we'll be live for it. And congratulations to TNA. TNA has done it, and now it's gonna be Thursday Night Impact. But we got some breaking news that we want to share here on the Pro Wrestling Show regarding this TNA, this monumental deal. TNA coming to AMC, that we're gonna be bringing the TNA ring report to the Pro Wrestling Show. So now you're going to get the Pro Wrestling Show 5 days a week. starting during that week when TNA premieres. So you get the Raw Ring Report on Mondays, Tuesdays, the NXT Ring Report, Wednesdays, the AEW Ring Report. Now Thursday, the TNA Ring Report, and Friday, the SmackDown Ring Report. And plus, we'll have our specials sometimes on Saturday or Sunday, perhaps, when a PLE will appear for the predicted outcome as well as the review. So, depending on that week, it'll probably be 6 days a week, and depends on however. But this is breaking news. We're going to be doing this because TNA finally found a deal, and and congratulations to TNA on that deal and doing the deal. And we're going to be covering TNA like never before, like we do on Pro Wrestling Show on all our ring reports, covering each day. So congratulations. We had the TNA ring report coming on that 15th, immediately following the TNA live premiere on AMC. We will be doing the ring report following. So congratulations to TNA on this monumental deal. Congratulations to the Pro Wrestling Show to add extend our coverage for that. So we're looking forward to seeing that as well. All right. We move on to this right here. CM Punk mourned the loss of his dog, Larry. Larry, the dog, passed away. And that's why CM Punk was wearing that gear at Survivor Series. He was mourning the loss of his dog. And CM Punk did a lengthy statement on the loss of his dog. And we here in the Pro Wrestling Show wants to send our prayers and condolences to CM Punk and his wife AJ on the loss of their family member, Larry the dog, that passed away last week. So our thoughts and prayers are with CM Punk and his family at this time. All right. Like we said here on the Pro Wrestling Show, we're going to end the Pro Wrestling Show here with Miles Bourne getting the 1-2-3 over one of the members of Darkstate. And could he continue that momentum heading towards Deadline to earn himself a future championship match? That's the question. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. So for me being Kendra Diggs, saying thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.